Hello, everybody, and welcome back to OMB Reviews. I am the critic who is a cynic. How is everyone doing tonight? This is really frustrating because YouTube is not working. So, as you all know, I use Restream to send out to different locations, and I know it's not a Restream problem because my stream is currently live on DLive like it always is. I know that it's not an issue with any other program because I'm also sending it to Odyssey. It's also live over on Twitter, but for some reason, YouTube is not working. I've removed the channel on Restream, re-added it, and made sure that everything was lining up. And so this is a YouTube issue. So again, I apologize to anyone who typically watches on YouTube. I can't get it going. So once again, hopefully people are making their way over to these alternate platforms because it's just not going to happen tonight. So I'm going to have to let the YouTube people know once again. Again, stream isn't working. YouTube is the issue. Very mad. Leaving chat. Go here instead. All right. So I'm leaving the chat over there because it's just going to frustrate me too much. So once again, Baba Yogi, I have no idea why there's still any lag. I've done everything that I can with OBS. I put in the exact number that people told me to put in, and it still didn't work. I don't know if I put it in the incorrect way or not. So let me try and see if I can do this live. Let me put it to positive 271. All right, so I just changed it to positive 271. So please let me know if that did anything, if that worked. And yeah, so again, apologies to anyone who is coming over to Odyssey from YouTube. This was not the plan. Again, literally am looking at the Restream right now, and it's sending the data over to YouTube. YouTube is just not picking it up. I've deleted the YouTube app on Restream, re-added it, but this is not a Restream issue based on what I'm seeing. It seems to be a YouTube issue. And so what I'm going to do then is I'm just going to delete the event on YouTube so that way no one sees it anymore. And again, hopefully people follow the link like I had asked them to. But yeah, this is ridiculous. And again, apologies to everyone who is not used to being on Odyssey, who's not used to being on DLive. If you're watching on DLive, I would recommend watching on Odyssey, though, because DLive is set to people having to be a follower for a certain period of time. And again, I do apologize. Yeah, isn't it amazing how Odyssey, which has just gotten started with YouTube, with live streaming, is more reliable at this point than YouTube is. It truly is ridiculous. Like, a lot of people on YouTube have had a lot of issues the last couple weeks, I know, which hadn't affected the channel. And so I thought that we would pretty much be able to avoid it, but unfortunately that does not seem to be the case here. And so we'll go ahead and try and get through this open forum as much as we can. I'm only going to be able to stream until about 8 p.m. tonight because I do have some family in. So shout out to the DLive fam. Shout out to the Odyssey fam because these are the only places where I can be tonight. We got NPC Buck76, who is JKD Buck76. How's it going, good sir? Thanks for joining over on DLive. We also got some Odyssey people. We got TubeU, Baba Yogi here as well. Thank you again for supporting the channel over here. It's a short story, Laura. Thank you very much for being here as well. I really do appreciate it. And again, hopefully that fixed the issue. GMike76, then thank you very much. I agree, it totally does suck. Baba Yogi says, DLive is getting as bad as YouTube with the censorship. Lots of DLive channels got live streaming, live chatting shut down. Well, I will say this much. They're still a lot better than YouTube because there's a lot of content that can still be hosted on DLive that cannot be hosted on YouTube. And to me, it seems that the people that they've gone after over on DLive are people who are not just like borderline controversial, but outright controversial. Now, of course, again, that's still not allowing free speech, right? It's not allowing it to be a free speech platform. But it is still something nonetheless that I think is pretty important. It's a short story. Laura says, just finished Amy Adams, A Woman in the Window. It was a wonderful, suspenseful movie with great acting and cinematography. Nice. Very cool. Yeah, I've seen that making the rounds over. I've seen that making the rounds. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that since it's not relevant tonight's stream. the scroll at the bottom. But I've heard that getting a lot of press, a lot of attention. So I'm glad to hear that it's good. I'm glad to hear that it is going well. So let me go ahead and also delete the link if it was being posted over on DLive. I am live on Periscope. So yeah, Periscope's working. I don't understand. So unfortunately, I posted it several times over, because again, I tried to go live several times over, and it just didn't work. So let me just delete this YouTube link. And yeah, in this case, it was not me pulling a Gary. This is YouTube sucking. And if I haven't ever made it clear enough before, YouTube truly sucks. They are a terrible platform. They hate content creators. They make every single content creator jump through hoops just to get a stream up. Then they have their software and have their platform not work as well as any multi-billion-dollar corporation should. It honestly is ridiculous. Again, Odyssey, which allows you to stream for free, which is so much more friendly. Again, so much more friendly to content creators, so much more friendly to just watchers, because you actually can gain cryptocurrency. You can actually gain free money, essentially, just by watching videos over on Odyssey. And so it just honestly is so incredibly frustrating. Laura, I have not been able to watch Minari yet because my wife wants to watch it. So I've been having to hold off. Also, my brother and his girlfriend have been in town this past weekend too. So we've had a little bit less time. And both of them are Jewish, and so therefore they celebrate Shabbat, and so we haven't been able to, recommend watching a movie while they've been here, at least for the last day or so. But we actually had a lot of fun earlier. We were playing this game called Mexican Train, which some of you may have played before, potentially. Those that are watching, that are actually getting this stream, which is going somewhere. It is recording, and so I will upload it later on, maybe. To YouTube. It really is infuriating, though, that it's just not working the way that it should. So that's the reason why we haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I really do want to. Since I do have some people watching, got 11 people, please light up that fire button on Odyssey. So there's a little fire button that you can click on. So again, that doesn't do much for algorithms, because algorithms don't really mean a whole lot here on Odyssey. But it makes me feel good. It makes me feel happy. So, and I know that my Valkyrie are probably really mad right now, because they have never wanted to go over to DLive or Odyssey or anything. But again, I can't do anything. YouTube is not letting me. I've done everything within my power, other than actually like uninstalling my entire software, which I just could not possibly handle at this point. It's so crazy. By the way, JK76, thank you for the lemon donation. I really do appreciate that. Over on DLive. Daniel Thorne, thank you for being over on DLive as one of my mods over there. He says, boo, evil YouTube. Seriously. I mean, it's just insane to me that they can't even do something as simple as receiving an actual, receiving an actual signal. To me, it seems like it's such a simple thing. YouTube should be able to receive a signal and put it out. I don't understand how they can't even do that. Because as I said, I've gone to Restream several times. This thing is still going out to all of the other platforms. It's going live on Periscope. It's live on DLive. And then, of course, I've got my weird little setup to get it going out to Odyssey as well. So it's clearly not an issue on Restream's end. Nothing has changed on my end. The fact that the stream's coming through to any location shows that it's also not anywhere close to being an issue on my end, and so it clearly must be on YouTube. Yogi says, oh, what's going on? How's it going, Steph? Unfortunately, there are no modding powers here. I wish there were, but sadly, there are not. So I appreciate you, Steph. Thank you very much for being here, and I know that the last thing y'all wanted to do was get onto a different platform. But again, YouTube is not letting things work, unfortunately. And yes, thank you very much for being here. And she says, look, I has made an ODC. An ODC? Golden Ration, what's going on, man? Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for for jumping over to Odyssey, at least for tonight. Again, I'm going to try and troubleshoot things because I do not want this to happen tomorrow for the Chosen stream. We are having our Chosen of Valhalla stream tomorrow, and Lord knows I do not want the same thing to happen because it's ridiculous. So, again, hopefully a lot of people got the link to jump over to at least watch on Odyssey, anything like that. And GMonkey76 says, didn't YouTube just make it so they can put ads on everything? Yeah, seriously, they just updated their terms and conditions. And one of the terms and conditions they added was that they have the right to monetize any video on any channel, whether it's monetized or not. Which means if they demonetize a channel, they can still run ads. If it's a channel that chooses to be demonetized, like chooses not to run ads, because there's channels that do that, or there's channels that will choose certain videos to not run ads on. And what they did is they simply said, we don't care what your choice is. We don't care if you want to make content free for people in every sense of the word. We have the right now to put ads on anything, which is completely ridiculous. It is completely ridiculous. And I wish I could be saying this on the YouTube platform so that they could actually hear this. Not that they would care what I have to say, but it would make me feel better just to know that it's at least out there being put into the YouTube system, being picked up by all their little bots that love to, always flag people for the dumbest things. But yeah, it's completely ridiculous. Because imagine if you are a channel and the ads that are running on your channel go against core beliefs or core values that you hold to, and so you choose to say, hey, I'm not going to run ads on my channel. If you want to support me, here are the different ways that you can support me. And now YouTube's gone in and say, nope, you don't have any free choice in this matter. We can now run ads on any videos that we want. It's clearly a power grab and a power play by YouTube, and it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Let's see. Steph, thank you very much. Tina is signing up. Tina is signing up. She says, should I change it back to 70B? No, I think since I don't plan on this being the norm, I would say don't worry about it tonight. I know that not a lot of people are going to be able to transfer or be willing to transfer, and I totally understand that. And again, to all the members, to anyone who had questions, to anyone who would normally be expecting this to be on YouTube, I do apologize. But again, this is out of my hands completely. YouTube did not let me have a choice in the matter. They just wouldn't receive the signal that's being picked up on Periscope, DLive, and on Odyssey. So 3 out of the 4 platforms picking up, that's a YouTube problem. It's simple as that. Because as soon as I was trying to get Heimdall up, I was trying to get the bot up and running, and I was running into issues, and I'm like, oh boy, something's going on here. And it kept saying, oh, you have to enable your channel for live streaming. And I'm like, that should not be an issue because I've had live streaming enabled for a very, very long time. So it kind of makes me think, I'm wondering if there's some major issue going on. Let me see if something got randomly switched off or something. I'm not seeing anything specifically. Yeah, I don't even know where I would find live streaming feature because they've changed everything so much that they've made everything almost impossible to find. So let me see if I can find where that might be as people slowly get in here. And again, apologies that this is going on. As you can see, I'm flustered because I hate when this happens. You all know I'm very much a by-the-book person. When I say I'm going to start on time, I mean it. When I can't start on time and when it's completely out of my hands, it infuriates me to no end. And again, I apologize to everyone who's having to go through any issues right now. And I do appreciate everyone who is jumping over here to join today. Yeah, I'm not seeing where the live streaming would even be ticked off for it to be an issue in the first place. But yep, as the song goes, YouTube sucks. It really, really sucks. YouTube sucks. They really, really suck. They do. They totally suck. All right, we got some action over on DLive. Alexander says DLive has some crazy terms of service, like you can't tell certain people, for example, murderers, to kill themselves. That makes sense to me. I don't think anyone should promote violence on anyone. I don't, because that makes sense to me. Like, even if the person has done a crime, I don't think anyone should call on anyone to do harm to themselves or to other people. That's a term of service that makes total sense to me, because that actually falls in line with even U.S. Constitution, because freedom of speech is not a completely unlimited thing. If you say certain things that are trying to cause violence with the intent to cause violence, with the intent to cause harm, that is something that is not protected, which is why there's been a lot of cases where people have been found to be motivating people, pushing people to do certain actions, or in the case of that, like to take their own life, and they've rightly been prosecuted, because that is something that I don't think should be protected speech. I don't think that freedom of speech is completely unlimited. I am not someone that holds to that. Daniel Thorne says, just a precursor for the future when we'll all be forced to move to alt platforms. Yeah, seriously, and that's the reason why I have this set up. This is the reason why I always stream to DLive, which now why I am streaming to places like Odyssey, because this is stuff that is potential, right? Tonight's a great example. YouTube's not working. How often does YouTube just shut down? It happens more often than one would think. And so what's to stop anything like this from happening in the future? And on top of that, what's to stop YouTube, with all these new terms of service coming out of the blue, to just say, oh, we don't want your channel anymore, or, oh, we're just going to monetize? Because now, think of it in this way. Think about all the channels that either choose to be demonetized or are working towards monetization, which now they have the right, according to the terms of service, to run ads on. That means that their revenue is going to go up. Now it means they have more, I would say they probably have more ability and probably more courage to cancel more channels, because they don't have to worry about losing on any revenues, because they're making that up by monetizing places that typically were not monetized before. And so I think that that's something that is incredibly interesting, because I would imagine there have to be high profile channels that either have chosen to be demonetized or have been demonetized. Obviously, you could think about places like Louder with Crowder, for instance, which has over 1 million subscribers and gets hundreds of thousands of views on their videos, completely demonetized. Now they can run ads on those videos, so they can still get that money. And I think Crowder has moved away. He's now streaming on Rumble. He's moving a lot of his content around to different places. He wants to stay on YouTube, though, because he wants to be able to reach as many people as possible. But yeah, I totally agree. JKD Buck says DLive is a boat, the lunar module that they stayed in during the movie Apollo 13. It certainly seems that way. And then Daniel Thorne says, hey, people on Odyssey don't need at Odin to get you to respond to them. So again, for tonight, if people are coming over, I'm being a little bit more lenient with that, though. If you are on Odyssey, if you are on DLive, I would recommend that you tag the channel. Just tag at Odin, or at the beginning of the comment, or at Odin's movie blog, which is what it's listed like over here, because that would definitely help me. Let's see. Golden Ration says, gotta get out of YouTube, but I really do not want to go to 3 different sites. Yeah, Golden Ration, I agree. And that's the reason why I give people options. That's the reason why I don't force people to go to a specific platform, to a specific single platform, right? That's why I tried to stream. I tried tonight several times to get the stream up on YouTube. It just didn't work. And we have the alternatives of Periscope on Twitter, which I don't know how to access any chat for that. But also I have DLive, and I also have Odyssey now. So I try and give people as many options as I possibly can. I really do. Baba Yogi says the quartering is ad crazy now. Every 3 minutes there's an ad. That's ridiculous. I will say part of that is probably their choice, because creators on certain length videos can add almost as many ads as they want. I don't do that. I let it just auto populate, because I don't want to run a crazy amount of ads. Steph says the emojis are yucky. Well, that's something that I'm sure they'll work on. Golden Ration says Jeremy for the quartering did already cover it when it was said YouTube will do that a while back. AC Common Idiot. A Common Idiot says, I only have 300 subs and they run ads on my videos with views of about 200 or more. Yeah. Again, it's all about making as much money as they can. Let's see. Steph says, I feel like I just got out of the Matrix. Seriously. Baba Yogi says, here at home, I have ad block, but not on my phone at work. Aw, no. Let's see. Steph says, no worries, Chief was a big mad. I was. I still am incredibly mad. I am incredibly mad that this did not work on YouTube. Snortobubus Cuber, what's going on, man? It says, hello, humans and other quitters. This will be over before I can figure out how to send messages. Well, hey, you sent one, man. You sent one, and I'm proud of you. Golden Ration says, we all thought you were becoming Gary for tech issues. In this case, it is not a Gary issue. I didn't click the wrong button. I did everything like I normally do, and everything's working on my end. It's YouTube. It's YouTube being YouTube. So whatever change they went through recently must have messed up the connections that Restream has, because I, again, removed the channel, add the channel back, didn't work. Did not work. And I have no idea why. The only thing I can think of would be if I create another event, but if I create another event, it would mean that I would have to restart the stream, and at that point, I don't know exactly what would happen. I'm pretty sure it would be okay, but I don't know. So I'd rather just I'm only going to be on for another 35 minutes anyway, so we'll try and make this work as best we can. All right, let's see who else is here. Laura says, when you were late, we all knew something was wrong because Odin's never late. I'm not. And whenever I am late, I will always say, hey, I'm going to be late because of X, Y, or Z. And there's always going to be a good reason. And so in this case, it was because everything was working fine. And then as soon as I tried to connect Heimdall, I had issues. And I'm like, this is odd. So then I checked the stream and I'm like, oh, it's not live. I don't know why it's not live over there. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. Tubu says they changed and reset everything for streaming on multiple sites, and it makes it difficult. That might be a reason. For sure. Golden Rash says, I really wish for some UI changes. Yeah, I mean, again, remember, I know that people are here for the first time on Odyssey. Remember that they literally just started with this. I mean, when you think about how long they've been doing streaming on Odyssey versus how long they've been doing streaming on YouTube and all the other platforms, it's night and day. So the fact that they're actually, here's the thing, at least they're able to actually receive a signal and hold it up. At least they're able to do that. Now, I know there's some other people who are live on YouTube, but remember that a lot of them are using just straight to YouTube. They're not streaming to other platforms. So it seems to me almost as if YouTube's like, oh, you're using a service to stream to other locations? No, we're not going to work well for you. Oh, you're just going to exclusively be on YouTube? Okay, we'll make that work. That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like, at least from my end. Oh, man, oh, man. Indeed, light up that fire button if you're watching on Odyssey. I really do appreciate it very much. It's always good to have a plan B and a plan C and everything. Always, always, always. Let's see. Baba Yogi says, only 12 people here on Odyssey. We're the real fans of Odin. Well, thank you, Baba Yogi. I appreciate it. And I wouldn't go that far. And the main reason why is because I know that there are people who are probably trying to sign up or would love to sign up for an alternate platform, but there's going to be issues, and that's not on them. That's not on them. But I do appreciate those who have joined here, who are watching here. It really does mean a lot. And again, I know that the stream's not going to be perfect necessarily. Hopefully the voice not matching up has been fixed. I may have had it in the wrong direction as far as the difference. And if there is still one, if anyone's really good at measuring things and can let me know what I need to change, because I can actually change the delay live, that'd be awesome. Let's see. Steph says, Tina said she's having trouble signing up due to her ad blocker. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't know why ad blocker would cause a problem. I don't know. Laura says, Odin's dedicated doesn't. Snortabooba says, it took this boomer bear 20 minutes to get this thing working. And again, I apologize that I put you or anyone in this. Golden Rash says, auto-populating ad will give you ad every couple of minutes. Where, on YouTube? Because to my knowledge, there shouldn't be any ads running on Odyssey. Baba Yogi says, I'm still trying to figure out how things work here. I have no idea what the yellow thingy is. So it's what they are calling a hyper chat. So essentially, when you interact with content on Odyssey and when you watch videos, you can collect daily rewards in their cryptocurrency, which for them, they use what's called library tokens. So it's just their version of cryptocurrency. They're worth about 13 cents now. And of course, as you all know, prices of anything fluctuates from day to day. But basically, if you have any by watching videos, you can donate that to whoever you want. You can, of course, also, like for other platforms, put money in like you would for a super chat or anything like that, and then also be able to donate that as well. But you don't have to, because today is a weird day. If you do want to donate, though, if you donate via Streamlabs, that will pop up like it normally does, and there's a better chance for me to get to get that and to get the full message. So again, that's always totally up to y'all, and you never have to. I don't mandate that. Let's see. Steph says, YouTube is not a nice place. It used to be so cool. It used to be the cool place to be. It used to be the cool place to be. As Spalmer has just subscribed on YouTube. Well, it's the wrong time to be subscribing on YouTube. That's all I'll say about that. Oh, man. Actually, you know what? I wonder. Can I pull up? Because there's a chat app here. I wonder if I can pull this up. And if there's anything on, I don't know if it'll populate, but I guess if you're watching on Periscope and you leave a message, it might pop up. I don't know. I'm going to leave this chat box up because it says there's 20 people watching. There's 10 people watching on Periscope. There's 10 people watching on DLive. I don't think the DLive chat crosses over, but if it does, cool. I don't think it does, but I'll leave that open just in case someone's watching on. So if Tina's having issues and she has to watch on Periscope, maybe that'll be the way. I don't know. But yeah, again, apologies, Tina, that this happened. This is the last thing I wanted this evening. I wanted tonight to be a nice, short, open forum stream, have some nice questions, conversations, and YouTube was like, nope, not having it. Not having any of that. Oh, man. Send positive thoughts to Tina. Absolutely. Hashtag free Tina. Absolutely. Steph, a hyper chat is a super chat. Yeah, so on Odyssey, hyper chat is the equivalent of a super chat. Let us see here. Snort Poopa says, nah, it's not your fault. Just me trying to figure out something new. Apparently, I'm not smarter than the average bread box. No, I mean, it is. I do take, as we always say on Friday Night Tights, I take responsibility, because at the end of the day, it's my channel, right? It's my stream, and y'all have been so supportive of this channel, so supportive of these streams that have allowed me to be able to upgrade various things throughout the last 3 years. And so when anything goes wrong, I put that on myself. I do put that on myself. Blake St. Clair. There it is. Okay, Blake St. Clair on Periscope. There it is. It says, I have no idea what I'm watching this on. Twitter, nothing else works. Blake St. Clair, I can see you're watching it. It's called Periscope, and that is the Twitter video chat. It is popping up, and I can see it. And also the DLive chat showing up there too. So Daniel Thorne says, nope, no crossover. How will people post here if they are delayed? So it's actually showing up there. It is actually showing up for me on this restream chat. Soul Assassin says, this is odd. I miss the old chat. They were cool. I agree, Soul Assassin. I agree. I really, really wish that we could get that working, but for some reason, it's not. So apparently, if you watch on Periscope, Steph, if Tina's still having issues, if she goes to Twitter to my profile, there should be a live stream going on there. And I don't know if you can chat directly there, or if you need to go to, I don't know how that works. I've always streamed to Periscope. I have no idea if maybe there have been people there who left chats before, and because I've never had it open, I've never been able to get them. I don't know. Tonight's a crazy night. 14 people now on Odyssey. Thank y'all again for being here. You guys are awesome. Y'all are fantastic. I love you all very much. Let's see. Laura says, I so wish I had a video of Tina trying to access Odyssey. I'm pretty sure the video that Perry Chan used of Gary when his internet went out, of like beating up the machine, I have a feeling it would be something similar. And if all else were to fail, I think, and Tina, if you're watching this, wherever you are, Tina, wherever you are, if you're seeing this signal in any way whatsoever, you can always go back and sing about Godzilla and oh man, I Ghidorah. Sorry, you can sing about. No, is it Ghidorah? Who's the turtle who you can sing about? There's a song about. I'm sure that y'all let me know in the chat, but I appreciate y'all being here. Blake St. Clair says, everyone is learning new things tonight. Yeah, seriously, I'm even learning new things, Blake. Thank you for watching on Periscope. Yeah, people are like, Periscope? What's this? I've only ever known about Periscope because there are sometimes events that happen for school that are streamed through Periscope. So that's the only reason why I ever used Periscope before. And then when it was an option on Restream, I was like, hey, why not? Because then it'll at least notify people on Twitter that I'm live, and then they can find me on YouTube or wherever. Not tonight, though, because YouTube sucks. How's that for a high note? Daniel T, what's going on, man? Says, happy International Being You Day. What is the most being you thing you've done today or this week that no one can mistake is being you? Well, tonight is, I think, a great example of that, of getting frustrated and just saying, internally, essentially saying, screw it, we'll do it live. Screw it. Now, obviously, replace those with expletives. Because they do happen internally. I try and not say any of them externally, but they do still happen internally. It's still something I'm working on. But I would say that makes me. My bald head, I think, also makes me as well. Also, since now I was planning on doing this at the beginning of the stream, but hey, things happen. I showed this on Friday Night Tights, but look what I got. So remember how I was looking for and wanting to get the Steelbook 4K edition, special edition from Best Buy, where of the 4K Lord of the Rings set? Well, I finally was able to get it on eBay. One seller was selling damaged books or damaged copies, so you can see there's some dents on here. And in all honesty, it's not too bad. The only problem I have is that this big dent on the front actually reached the Steelbook, individual Steelbook for Fellowship of the Ring. Luckily, it wasn't too damaged, and so it still closes and everything. But the fact that these are going for crazy amounts of money in mint condition, and there are some sellers that are even selling these more damaged ones for crazy amounts of money. To get this for, I think I got it for about, in total with shipping and tax, I think it was like $190 or so. I mean, that's a $70 markup from what it was originally. In all honesty, for the fact that these are very limited in supply, I think it's worth it. Also, I was able to back these up on my server, and I found an app that allows me to connect them. So they're on different discs for the extended editions, and I was able to combine them into one file without losing quality. So I'm very excited because I have the full extended editions on 4K on my server, and I cannot wait to watch them as such. Yeah, Daniel Thorne says, yay, Lord of the Rings. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Steph says, hey, Chief, how's baby Thor and his fur sisters? They're doing great, Steph. They're doing great. Poor little baby Thor. He has a little rash going on around his mouth. He drools a lot, and so when babies drool a lot, it dries out the skin, and so it causes some irritation. So poor little guy was not looking too good before I came down for the stream, but he's doing well. We went on a nice walk today, and again, as I said, my brother and his girlfriend are in town, and so we had some fun playing. And again, I don't know if y'all had heard that or not at the beginning of the stream, but we did play Mexican Train. I don't know if anyone's ever played that before. It basically is a game you play with dominoes, and it's a lot of fun. We ended up playing 13 rounds because we didn't know exactly. We were learning how the game was played, and so we just started with 13 rounds, and so it took us like hours to finish. I got second place. I lost to my little brother, but you know, I was consistent in every single game. I never got an insane number of points. And if you've ever played the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Soul Assassin says, while I'm off, bad weather. Catch you later, Odin and chat. Shout out to the Valks. Well, Soul Assassin, I'm sorry that this happened tonight. I'm sorry that there were issues, man. But thank you for watching on Periscope, man, and absolutely shouting out the Valks, Tina and Steph, and shouting out Laura, and shouting out everyone who is normally a mod over on YouTube. Again, thank you all very much for putting up with, and for everyone for putting up with this. I am behind the chat because that, you know, where else would I be? Where else would I be? Baba Yogi says, by the way, everyone, Odyssey is working hard on live streaming. There's going to be lots of changes over the next months. Yes, they have mentioned some of those to me and others, and it's pretty great. If Brad's coming by, I have no idea. I don't know where Brad's been. Our pet troll. I don't know where he's been the last several months. Baba Yogi watches the Salty Cracker here. Absolutely. And he's working directly with Odyssey to improve things. I'm glad to hear that, because Salty Cracker is a very outspoken person. You either love him or you hate him. And I think that having someone with as large of a channel and as large of a streaming community that he has is a perfect person, because he will absolutely be able to stretch the streaming limits for most people. Obviously, he would not necessarily would be as big of as like a PewDiePie or anyone like that. But imagine if, you know, once the YouTube contract with PewDiePie runs out, imagine if PewDiePie was able to get over to a place like Odyssey. Could be huge. Could absolutely be huge. For sure. All right, let's see. Yeah, Snortapoopus says, yeah, other YouTube channels. And as I said earlier, the reason why other YouTube channels are working is because for instance, Drunk 3PO, right? Drunk 3PO's channel is working. The reason why is because he's going directly to YouTube. So he's using StreamYard, as a lot of people use StreamYard because it allows them to bring other people in. So what that means then is that they're able to go directly to YouTube. So when they put in their stream key, when they put in their streaming information, they're doing it directly through YouTube. I've always done streams, and a lot of other people have done this too, where we use it's an app called Restream. And what Restream does is it allows us to connect all of these different accounts that we have, and then we put that information, Restream information, into our OBS software, which is just our broadcasting software. And then when we press live, it sends it to Restream, which then sends it out everywhere else. So I knew this was a YouTube issue because the stream was being picked up by Restream, is sending it to DLive, no problem, is sending it over to Periscope, no problem. The only issue was YouTube. The signal was being sent, but it was not being picked up. And as I said, I even deleted the channel, re-added the channel, and unfortunately, it still did not work. So I don't know what's going on. Blake St. Clair says, tell Odyssey to fix the login screen on mobile devices. It is unusable for me. I can't even log in. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I typically don't use Odyssey as far as actually, to be honest, I mean, if you're going into chat, I could see why signing in would be, because I don't know. I've never had issues, because once you're signed in, you're signed in. So I haven't had issues personally, at least on iOS, as far as getting signed in concerned. I am behind on the Odyssey chat, so again, apologies. Steph says, Chief, I told her regarding Perry's scope. Good. I hope. Gamera, there it is, Gamera. Thank you. I was like, I knew it had to be something. Maybe she'll sing about Gamera. Laura says, ugh, I can't delete my comments. Yeah, unfortunately. Again, it's very bare bones over here, but I do like it. I do like it. Orange Air Reviews going on, says YouTube dropped the stream weird. Yeah, YouTube wasn't picking up the stream at all. YouTube wasn't picking it up at all. So I deleted the event because I didn't want people going over there thinking that it was going to start anytime. Because I tried several things and it just wouldn't work. So I deleted the stream because of that reason. I didn't want people to get confused. Obviously, anyone who joins later is going to wonder where the stream is. Hopefully, they followed me on social media and other places. I tried to delete it pretty much anywhere that it would have been posted. In fact, let me go ahead and delete it on Discord. Was the only place I think I didn't delete it yet. So anyway, I see some people on the Discord, so let me do this. All right. So I posted it on the Discord for anyone wondering there. Phonema says, anyone here see Army of the Dead? So I started watching it, and I just got through the first like few minutes and then got into the title sequence. And I was enjoying it for the most part, but then Zack Snyder did what, all y'all know drives me crazy. The title sequence then is a bunch of naked women zombies. And it's like totally unnecessary. This is not necessary. This is gratuitous. This is not needed at all. And otherwise, I think the origin story of this zombie apocalyptic world was interesting. They had this involvement with the military, very interesting angle. I was interested to learn more about where it was going to come from, or rather where the story was going to go. And then all of a sudden, So I haven't finished it yet, but I've heard some things about midway through it. It does some nonsense. Tina, I see you. Tina is on Odyssey. And again, Tina, I did not do this on purpose. I'm so ticked off right now. And again, I truly apologize for having this issue happen. This was not what I wanted to happen tonight at all. And I'm very, very, very upset. Very upset. Oh, man. Thank y'all for being here. She already hates it. Tina, you didn't even give it a chance. Tina, you didn't even give it a chance. You can't see or hear anything. I don't know what the issue is, because everyone else can. I actually like Odyssey. Trust me, if you're going to be mad at anyone, Tina, be mad at YouTube, because YouTube's the reason why this is not working. Try watching it on Periscope on Twitter. That's all I can say. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Tina. I'm sorry. I can see the chat, so you don't have to worry about telling me anything, because I could see y'all talking. I know, no autofill. I know. I'm sorry. I can see you, Tina, and I can see you, Laura. I can see all of you. So I'll talk to each other. Again, apologies, everyone. Tina says, I see a rocket in pants and fire and a black heart. That's me right now in an open mouth. Might need to refresh then? Might need to refresh. Laura, is that all that you see as well? Because you should still see it. Let's see. Orange Review says, I got done watching the Demon Slayer anime. I would say it's about an 8 out of 10. Writing issues and character foolishness. Now I got to see the movie. Nice, yeah. Because I've heard a lot of people say that, before seeing the movie, it'd be better to watch the actual anime series. So I'm glad to hear. That is the case. Polite gold clapping. I don't know. Golf clapping. Polite golf clapping. I was confused for a second. Laura says she can't see me either. You should. The stream is going through. Let me refresh. Oh, that's weird. No, it's loading. Yeah, I refreshed it and it loaded up for me. Yeah, try refresh. There we go. I see y'all's chats. Yeah. That is odd. Blake St. Clair says, I can still see you on Periscope. There it is. So Periscope is still working. Again, apologies. Let's see. Steph says, I see you and hear you. Okay, good. So anyone who is having an issue might just need to refresh then, because it does automatically start with the little video explaining everything. So Daniel T says, Tina is the first online female astronaut live streamer. Try. This is also why I'm trying to help Tina get a new Chromebook, so that way she doesn't have as many issues. Phoneme, what's going on over on DLive? Alexander says, Susan on her people, ban them all. Yeah, seriously. Oh, man. Gosh. Tina says, okay, we'll try refresh. If anything happens, avenge me. Tina's the best. Again, I'm so sorry, Tina. I'm so sorry. G Mikey says, if watching on phone, scroll up on my phone after I chat, it says at the bottom. Okay. So yeah, if you're watching on mobile, it looks like they're still having issues. It's not as clean as YouTube, which might be why some people are having issues watching it if you're watching it on a phone or another mobile device. I guess a Chromebook might be a part of that, but Chromebook should have a full Chrome browser, so it should theoretically still work. Yeah, I don't know what would be going on with that. Daniel Thorne says, I heard Army of the Dead has TDS and other SJW elements. So Laura, who is amazing, of course, she saw the film already, and she said halfway through, there's some anti-American comment or something, which threw her off for the film. So I'm kind of ready and prepared for that. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But anyway, so Tina says, avenge me! Oh, I'm so sorry. Golden Ratchet says, mobile is quite different from the web browser on desktop. Yeah. Well, also, this lets me know how many people actually watch me and listen to me from mobile devices, which, again, I guess would make sense. And then also, yeah, I guess a lot of people would watch from mobile devices and would watch on like TVs with different apps like Roku or anything like that. Laura says, I blame Ryan Cannell. Not sure why. Always blame Ryan. I feel like he's always the person for everyone. He's always the person to blame. So Tina says, I hear Odin. I see the chat. Okay, Tina. She hears the things. Yes. Yeah, not happy. Taking deep breaths. Tina, I'm not happy either. I'm glad that you can finally hear me. I am not happy either. I am very mad at YouTube. This is a YouTube issue. Yeah, I'm in the same position you are, Tina, because that was me being like, why is the YouTube stream not working? What the heck's going on here? Blake St. Clair over on Periscope says, yeah, for me, login button on Odyssey is unclickable. It is below the screen line on mobile. Okay, that makes some sense. Do you have the app? Is it open in like the mobile, in like a mobile browser, or do you have the app? Because on iOS, there's a dedicated app. On Android, you would have to go through Library, LBRY, and I don't know if you can watch a stream through Library, but that would be the only way to go through it. Bonema says, I listen to you from my phone almost all the time. Interesting. Because I typically watch streams either on desktop or on like a Roku or one of those places instead. So that's interesting. The app for Odyssey on iOS, Blake Sinclair says. I don't know why. I don't know why there would be an issue, because let me try and see if I open mine. What happens? Because I'm already logged in. And once you're logged in, you're pretty much good to go. Let me see if I can find my channel and see what it looks like on mobile at least. Because if I do a search, and then let's see if I pull up my channel, it says that there is a live, and there it is. So, yeah. Also, I did fix. At least I found out one thing. I fixed the I fixed the issue with the audio not syncing up. So that's pretty nice. At least I did one good thing today. Gosh, YouTube sucks. I was off key. I'm ashamed of myself. This is crazy. Oh, lordy, lordy, lord. All right, where are we? New number 2, what's going on, D-Nice? So just here to find you aren't showing up on YouTube. Refresh several times. Yeah, I had to delete the event on YouTube because YouTube sucks. I tried everything to get it to work. Just did not work. Tina says, I didn't intend to set up my Odyssey channel, as I'll come up with a title if I think of one, which probably means never. Tina. I love you, Tina. Thank you so much for going through. I know the insanity. Steph says, saying mobile phones said in mobile phones in a British accent. Yes. GMX76, haven't had a computer since 2010. Do everything on my phone. Well, I mean, phones can do pretty much everything now anyway, so that makes a lot of sense. Let's see. Steph made one in March because I really thought Odin was leaving YouTube. Again, if something like this happens where I can't use Restream anymore, that there's a potential that could happen. I don't want that to happen because, as I said, the reason I mentioned this several times, the reason why I don't leave YouTube is because there are so many people who use YouTube exclusively, and I don't think it's fair for me to tell anyone who has been supportive of my channel, nope, I don't care about your opinion on this, I'm just going to do it. That's, I learned that lesson when I turned super chats off on YouTube, right? I took people's choice away, and I think that obviously was a bad choice. I made a mistake with that. That was my bad. So I'm not going to do the same when it comes to the actual channel itself. Unless the channel gets nuked, right, where that's completely out of my hands, or if there's a short interim where something like this is happening, then that's the only time that I would fall into this and using it. Tina says, Critter Vision is on live, but she never takes down her stream. Gargura's gaming channel is supposed to be in 7 minutes. I'll see if she can. Yeah, and as I said, Tina, now that you can hear me, the reason why other YouTubers are live and not having issues is because they're just going directly to YouTube. So my thought is, I'm wondering if when YouTube updated their terms of service and obviously did an update to their platform, if they did something to certain apps or did something where signals being sent by places like Restream, where it's going to different locations, if they did something that messed that up. It would not surprise me. It really would not surprise me at all if that was the case. But, yeah. Let's see. JKDBuck76 gave this advice. Says, open Odyssey, go to Odin's live stream, then share it to yourself on Facebook Messenger, then open it up in Messenger. Works better for me. That's quite a process you got there. Blake says, cool, once I pass the first stage, I will hopefully be okay. Alexander says, how do you handle sitting on your wife's shoulders when watching your curved TV? That doesn't make any sense at all, as I don't have a curved TV and wife's shoulders. Alexander, man, what is this? What is this? Tina, I love you too. I love you all so very much. Tina says, I may keep that channel title. It'll make people interested. That's true. That is so true. Oh, man. Let's see. TVU says, yeah, so long they aren't kicked off YouTube, they aren't going to other sites. So long channels are there. When nuked, they will then go to other platforms. And yeah, and that's why I want to be ahead of the curve. I want to have all my stuff set up at the moment so that if that ever happens, we'll be done. Or rather, we'll be set up. All right. We have a few minutes left, so if there's any last-minute comments or questions, get those in now because, as I said, I was only planning on going an hour tonight because I do have family here, and I do apologize to everyone once again for any of the issues. And as I said, this stream is being recorded, so I'll try and post it up on YouTube at some point, maybe. So that way people can at least see the adventures that we had. But it is what it is. By the way, Daniel Thorne, thank you very much for the 3 ice cream donations. I very much appreciate that. Enjoy the song, as always. I love it. I love it. Let's see. Steph says pod racing or podcasting. Then Tina says, yeah, Critter Vision never goes off. She streams the animals in her large backyard in South Carolina. That alligator that went through her yard a month ago in the middle of the night was weird. Interesting. Okay, I'd never heard of that before. Laura says, so I can either see Odin or I can see the chat, not both. No. Oh, you have to make a choice. You have to make a choice. Now, this is pod racing, says Tina. I agree. Tina's already got 1 follower. Yes, the birth of Tina's channel is beginning. It is beginning. All right. Captain Dean Heist, thank you for the 5 ice cream donations. I very much appreciate that. Tina then says, The Adventures of Tina, setting up an Odyssey channel. Watch her slowly lose what little mind she has left. I love you guys. Thank y'all for putting out. I hope at least you're having fun now. I know it wasn't fun before, but maybe having fun now. I don't know. Tubu says now she needs to come up with a cool name. I think that she already has the cool name in mind, so I think that's gonna happen. Oh man. Oh goodness gracious. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I was planning on, because it was supposed to be open forum. I showed the Lord of the Rings box set that I have. New number 2, lighting up that fire. Yes. And again, click that fire button if you're watching on Odyssey, if you can find it. I don't know if it would be clearly obvious or not, but if you can find the fire button, go ahead and click on it. It's like a like button, but it's fire. It's that hot fire. Steph's going to follow you all. Perfect. Laura says, what doesn't drive us crazy makes us open a new Odyssey channel. Wouldn't it be amazing if this was what caused Tina to start making videos? There was this crazy night. I went insane. I recorded my reaction, uploaded it to Odyssey. Oh, man. Thank you very much for lighting up that fire button. All right, it is 8 p.m. So that is... I see no fire, boss. No. That makes me sad. Maybe it's you'll have to get... I don't know what to do for that. But it is about that time. I do want to give proper shouts. So to the shout outs to the YouTube members who are at the Army of Asgard level and above: Sean McD, Mondo Spieler, Gomer, Kyle 79, Your Muslim Uncle, Kara Tharp, Eric Jewett, Rich the Savior, Dadman Walk 55, M Tac Shark Forever Sci-Fi, Rosie G12, Andrew Hoyle, Eric K, Orange at Reviews, Adam Avery, Twirly Wolf, J-Sto, Aiden Vickery. Thank you all very much. And again, I apologize if this is posted in any way whatsoever. I apologize. I take responsibility. I don't know what happened with YouTube, but YouTube sucks. So, Daniel T. This just says pizza. Tina says, y'all don't want to hear what I was saying when I had to set up this stuff. I put my about $5 in my swear jar. No! Orange Hat, you have a good night. Laura says, like a phoenix, Tina's channel will rise from the ashes of this stream. Yes! Everyone wants to hear Tina. If you want to hear Tina, you can watch tomorrow. There will be a Chosen of Valhalla live stream tomorrow. Hopefully, it'll be on YouTube. I might have to work on this later tonight before going to bed or tomorrow at some point, trying to troubleshoot stuff, reconnecting things. But there is a Chosen stream tomorrow. It will happen. I will talk with my Chosen. So if for any reason there is a similar issue, if YouTube is still being stupid, I will try and find some way to get it to work. There might be a way I can finagle it and just directly stream. In order to do it, I'd probably have to drop the Odyssey stream. So based on what I hear, it sounds like not a lot of people are exclusive to Odyssey anyway. So I don't know. I'll have to work that out. It'll probably drive me nuts. I'll probably pull whatever hair I have left on my head out. But anyway, this is the reason why it's important and great to follow me on social media. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Minds. Follow me in the Discord as well. Again, the Chosen stream will happen. Whether or not it shows up on YouTube or not is, of course, a coin flip at this point. But anyway, you guys are all amazing and beautiful people. I'm going to play the Patreon video now. Odyssey people, you will not hear this video because that's just the way that this whole shebang works. And I haven't figured it out yet. But I will be able to still talk to you as the video plays. So anyway, thank you all very much for being here this evening. D-Live fam, thank you all for being here. I'll do a chest opening for y'all as well. You guys are amazing. Have a wonderful night. Again, I apologize. This is crazy. And as always, God bless. And now for a huge shout out to all of my Patreon and Subscribe Star members for the month of May. Ali C83, Andrew Hoyle, Biffer the Hobbit, Brian P, Dion, Divx, Enrique Evangelista, Father Christopher Miller, hail to you, Father. Father Damian Cook, Garrett Searles, Inflamed Wood, It's a Trap Productions, Jason Clark, Jacob Juice, Jeffrey Toone, Jonathan Carney, Laura the Modern Major General's Story, Mad Mitch Dunaway, Mike Jackson, Mr. Peabody and his evil twin with the beautiful hair, On to June, Orange Chat Reviews, Out of Step with Reality, Priscilla Hall, Riff Magos, Rosetta Udden, Steve Glasker, Miss Martin Muses, Theodore Bendon, Tina Bojan, and Tina B. Thank you all very much for being my Patreon members this month. I really always appreciate you. And to my Subscribe Star members, Fast Reaction, Nosferatu Gatsu, Stand For, John B., Perpetual Punster, Mr. Roy, Glinzer, J. Alex McCarthy Jr., Dean Heiss, the new number 2, J-Rod, the Beer Guru, Nevadanji Adams, and ZK Man. Thank you very much for supporting me on Subscribe Star. And if you want your name shouted out at the end of every video and live stream, please consider joining on Patreon or Subscribe Star. And if you join at some of the higher levels, you get access to things like giveaways, where every month I do giveaways of 4K titles, steelbooks, and Blu-rays. And again, more information can be found over on Patreon and Subscribe Star. And at the higher levels, you also get access to an exclusive bi-monthly podcast. Depending on our schedules, we at least get one long podcast out. We try and get 2 podcasts out as often as we possibly can every single month with John the Flick Pick Flickinger. So again, check out more information. And if you are at the Chosen of Valhalla level, which is the highest level available, you not only get all of those things, you also get in your first month a free t-shirt and also access to the Chosen of Valhalla live stream, where I have my Chosen on a stream talking, asking questions, answering questions, talking about movies and anything that they want to talk about. So if all that stuff sounds like fun to you, check out those links below and support the channel in whatever way you can. I do appreciate you, whether you are a member, whether you are a supporter on Patreon, Subscribe Star, or whether you are simply supportive in general, leaving comments and likes. I really greatly appreciate it. You guys are all amazing, beautiful people. Have a wonderful day. And as always, God bless.